I don't know about you, but I hate working for other people. Just being honest, and nothing is ever going to change that. I think most creative types would agree that nothing would be better than to be able to call the shots and to do what you love all day. And you know what? Even at a lot of people's supposed dream job at Disney, I still felt that it was lacking both these things because of office politics and the nature of a corporate job. And unfortunately, a lot of people tell, especially young people, that it's impossible. You need to suck it up, grow up, and get a corporate job. At the very least, that tends to be a lot of the hate comments that I tend to get because a lot of people think I am much younger than I actually am. The thing is, it is completely possible to be able to call the shots and do what you love all day through passive income. In this video, I wanted to share some of the passive income ideas that I've implemented in my own life to help especially artists and creatives get started with earning passive income so that you can earn the freedom to live exactly the way you want to. If you like art and entrepreneurship type videos, make sure to like this video, jingle all my bells and buttons for new videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My name is Janet. I'm an ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and I quit my job in order to go full-time into becoming an online content creator. Before we get started, I'd like to have a disclaimer that my idea of passive income isn't 100% passive at first. In my opinion, all forms of passive income requires some amount of work upfront. The difference is, unlike working for an employer, the work that you put in continues to work for you. Whereas if you work for a company, let's say, you have to continue giving up your time for money until forever. With that said, let's get into it. The first passive income idea I have for you is to sell a digital product. What is a digital product? For a lot of digital artists, that would be, let's say, a brush pack or a sketchbook PDF. For photographers, it might be Lightroom presets or lookup tables, LUTs. For musicians, it could be sample packs or music. The thing about creating a successful digital product is you have to be thinking, what problem are you solving for your customer? Take the example of the digital artist. If you want to sell a sketchbook PDF, for example, you are not really solving a problem for anyone. You are just selling your art. Digital products like sketchbooks and that kind of thing are great, but they do have a shelf life and a limited audience. Not everyone is going to want to buy a digital product of your art, especially if your audience consists mainly of other artists themselves. So that is why a lot of artists sell things like brush packs or tutorial packs, because it solves a problem that they see other people need. That way, digital products like brush packs don't really have a shelf life. They don't have an expiration date. Whereas if you're creating a bunch of sketchbook PDFs, you have to continuously create sketchbook PDFs because eventually everyone who would have wanted it got it. For me, because I make a whole lot of videos on how to grow on social media, I realized a problem. A lot of people have a hard time editing their photographs for posting online. They don't necessarily have the artistic skills or the artistic eye to figure out how to properly edit their photos so that they are presentable online. So I created my own Lightroom presets that I use for the thumbnails of my YouTube videos as well as for photos that I post on my Instagram, and I made it available on my online store. So I put in the work at the beginning making this preset, but once it's up in my online store, I continuously get sales every so often of this preset. This creates a little bit of extra income for me without me actually having to create or manufacture an actual real-life product for someone every single time just to make a few bucks. The second passive income idea that I have implemented is print on demand. Now, this took me a lot more time to get into than I would have liked because I create merch and a lot of original art and stuff like that for my art business and for this YouTube channel. And if you are an artist or creative who is anything like me, you take a lot of pride in the thing that you are selling to other people. You want it to be high quality, and in a lot of ways, it has more value if it is handmade by the artist. So for a while, everything needed my seal of approval, which meant it cost a lot of money to produce things first with without knowing if there was an audience or an amount of people who would buy the products that I would make, and it would cost a lot of my time creating, shipping, and doing all the logistical work of managing basically the equivalent to a real store. And at a certain point, I realized that I am a creator, an artist first and foremost. I need to be generating content, not necessarily spending hours of my time packaging and shipping and dealing with basically becoming my own fulfillment center. So it became very important to me to give up a little bit of the control that I felt that I needed, and maybe a little bit on the quality of merch and products, which at the end of the day wasn't a huge difference, and outsource a lot of that work to print-on-demand companies. I also ended up saving a bunch of money because I don't have to go and manufacture t-shirts, manufacture art prints, and buy all the shipping supplies, which costs a lot if you are shipping a lot. That meant it freed up a lot of my time and money to be able to do the more important things in the business, which is creating more passive income through YouTube or other things that I do. So for anyone looking to create merch or to sell actual real products, I would highly recommend looking into print on demand, especially if you are not experienced with selling things online. It can be very, very difficult to get not only your first sale, but your second and third and so on and so forth. Until you get experienced with that, I really, really would recommend experimenting with print on demand. And I have quite a few videos that I've made recently about print on demand and creating merch in general. You can check it out up here. The third passive income idea is affiliate commissions. If you don't know what affiliate income is, it's basically when you recommend products or services and you get a cut of the sale, if there is a sale. This form of income is especially great for anyone who has a fairly big following on Instagram or social media in general. This is basically how a lot of beauty YouTubers and tech YouTubers, honestly, most YouTubers in general, make a good portion of their income by doing product reviews. For example, when people link to Amazon links, for example, in the description box in the YouTube video, if you end up buying something from Amazon, a portion of that sale will go to the content creator, which helps the channel out at no extra cost to you. The content creator just gets paid because they send traffic to Amazon. It might seem like an inconsequential amount of money, but it can be a game changer if you are trying to monetize your YouTube channel, for example. If you end up ranking in search for any product review videos and you end up getting thousands of views, that translates to a lot of money, and it stays on your YouTube channel forever. So you can potentially be making affiliate income for the end of time. Another example of this are subscription services. If a content creator recommends subscription services, there are some affiliate programs where you can earn a percentage of every single subscription payment. That if a content creator successfully recommends a service to one of their viewers, depending on the kind of commission, you can potentially be earning income every single time the other person pays their subscription. There are tons of people on the internet who are currently making a really good living on affiliate income. Artists could take advantage of this as well. This is something that I have been slowly incorporating into my YouTube channel and social media in general. The thing is, I am extremely picky about the kinds of products and services that I want to recommend. So I would only recommend the things that I personally use and really, really love. Because if you burden your audience by recommending them things that might not be the best product or service, it might decrease the amount of trust that you are building with your audience. The fourth passive income idea is royalties. Royalties are when you've created a product in the past and someone else distributes it for you. And every single time they get a sale, you get a percentage of it because you created the thing. Musicians, for example, get royalties if they write their own music. On Spotify, every single time you play a musician's music, not only does the performer get some royalties, so do the writers of the song. A lot of authors and children's book illustrators tend to also get royalties for every single book that they sell. Royalties are fairly harder to come by because you really have to put in the work to create something original that you have ownership of in order for you to potentially get royalties from it. Also, if nobody buys your book, let's say, or no one listens to your music, then you don't get royalties. The thing is, I have a whole lot of college professors that basically make their living off of royalties at this point because they've done so much of the work during their career as illustrators that they now are living off of royalties and they don't really need to work a day job. Now, with the invention of NFTs, this new form of technology that I believe is going to be the future and is an inevitable part of the future, digital artists and other types of digital creators have the opportunity to receive royalties from their art being sold online as well. Royalties are something that I am looking into very seriously as an artist specifically because I want to continually be compensated for the work that I do without having to constantly be pumping out more original work time and time and time again. My fifth source of passive income, and this is the one everyone's probably waiting for, is YouTube Adsense. Yes, creating YouTube videos is a lot of work up front, a lot of work. But the thing is, once I've put in the work and I've done my homework to get it ranked with SEO in the YouTube algorithm, let's say, and you don't really have to be a huge channel in order to do so, YouTube is a really lucrative source of passive income. Because at a certain point, once you've created a fair amount of evergreen content, evergreen meaning it is relevant no matter what year it is, you will always be making money on that video. It might be a little at first when you are small, but as you grow, it kind of snowballs. And every few dollars on a video might end up being $1,000 and might end up being $10,000 and more, so on and so forth. That is why there are a lot of YouTubers making a pretty decent living without being the biggest YouTuber on the platform. Not everyone needs to have 1 million subscribers. And if you've watched my YouTube income reports, which you can do up here, subscribers don't mean anything. It's all about views and how you get views. Just because you have 1 million subscribers, which technically you can pay to get fake subscribers, it doesn't mean anything because subscribers don't pay. Building a dedicated audience and a community that trusts you and likes you is what pays. That is why, in my opinion, a lot of YouTubers tend to quit or take long breaks from YouTube after they've kind of made it because they're going to be making thousands of dollars every single month regardless because of old videos that they've made. They don't have to continuously pump out new videos. So they can take breaks if they want to, or they can quite frankly retire because it's pretty intimidating, especially for introverted, shy artists to put themselves, their face online and get the brunt of, to be honest, very harsh criticism because the people on the internet don't realize you're human. They just simply don't bother because it's either too much work or too scary. But the thing is, you get used to the criticism and you get used to the attention, I guess. At the end of the day, you're getting paid because you're creating content that you want to be creating anyways. So there are only upsides in my opinion. If you want to learn more about how to use social media to grow your online business, check out my free guide, 8 Steps to Launch Your Online Store. Head over to honeyandabsinthe.com to buy some merch to help support this channel. Check out these other videos next to learn how to grow on social media. If you like the video, jingle all my bells and buttons for more art and entrepreneurship type videos, and don't forget to dare to dream.